critical reflection. Question 3 asks, how did your production skills develop over the course of this project? Over the course of this project, I've noticed improvement in my photography skills because before I started working on this project, I had no idea of any camera shots or angles. But throughout this project, I've learned a lot like rule of thirds, leading lines, bird's eye view, worm's eye view, high angles, low angles, long shot, media shot, and more. I also learned the importance of bright lighting for images of dogs in my genre, which is why, as seen in these 3 images, I use very bright lighting by using the sun, which allowed it to highlight the body language of my dog and the facial expressions. I've also noticed improvement in my editing skills. These were the 3 main apps that helped assist me into improving my editing skills. I used Brush Easy, Photoshop, and thefont.com. Brush Easy and thefont.com allowed me to install fonts and brushes and add them on Photoshop. Photoshop helped me with the majority of my editing skills, such as teaching me how to remove backgrounds from images, how to add layers, how to add text boxes, and how to use shapes to act as placeholders for images I added. This is an example of how Photoshop and thefont.com assisted me in fixing the draft of my final cover as shown above. I did make the masthead smaller because it was almost touching the edge of the cover, which is very unconventional. By doing that, I was able to bring the date line lower and make the lead article smaller. And by using the font.com, I also changed the font because through my research of dog magazines, I have learned that the masthead and the lead article cannot be the same font. Also, the flash puff was made smaller because I believe it was taking too much attention away from the lead article, which shouldn't be the first thing that stands out to viewers of my magazine cover. I also changed the placement of my barcode by bringing it up a little more higher because it is very unconventional that it is touching the edge of my magazine cover. Also, I moved the cover lines a little bit away from the edge because in all dog magazines, it should not be touching the edges of the magazine cover. This is another example of how my editing skills have improved over the course of this project. My editing skills allowed me to remove unnecessary shadows or items in the background of my images. The one above had a gazebo, so I decided to remove it and make it look like there was only nature and trees behind my dog on the image. On the image below, I did remove the shadow because it stood out way too much, and these were all done by using camera features and options on my iPhone. I also believe that my writing skills have improved over the course of this project because I have identified the storytelling techniques of dog magazines. These are first-person narratives / personal stories, emotional appeal, fact-based credible evidence, and quiet moments. As seen, my story includes all of the following storytelling techniques that can be found in dog magazines. The blue represents the first-person narrative / personal stories. For this, I included personal stories of others and myself. Next, the yellow represents emotional appeal. For this, I included heartwarming stories that include an emotional feeling to them. The orange represents fact-based credible evidence. For this, I made sure to reference sources and websites where I got my information from. And finally, the green represents quiet moments. For this, I included examples of quiet moments like simply relaxing on the couch together or playing fetch. The collaboration I had over the course of the project is that when taking photos, my family helped me grab the attention of my dog by calling the dog's name from behind me so that my dog could look directly at me and help me capture an eye level angle. The challenges I had were that I did not have a wide variety of camera options on my iPhone. I did not have proper equipment, and I was struggling with Photoshop when I first began using it, especially when trying to align images or text boxes and learning how to increase brightness and contrast. If I were to do this project all over again, I would reconsider how I take the photographs of my dog. I would prefer to use a green screen and make the background right so it could look more like dog magazines.